Hey guys, back again. Yesterday we talked about addition and subtraction inequalities. So when we did those inverse operations, we were only dealing with addition and subtraction. Well, today we're going to go to the next group of inverse operations, and that's multiplication and division. So today we're going to focus solely on solving inequalities with multiplication and division. Now, once again, we're going to have it set up, and we're going to do the opposite. I left this up there from my last video. Do the opposite. That's the key here. All right? So right now we have 4 times n. The opposite of times is division. So to solve this, I'm going to divide by 4. If I divide by 4, I can do that on both sides. Boom. N's all by itself. That's our goal. There's our symbol. And 32 divided by 4 is 8. So we have successfully solved this equation, or excuse me, inequality using our inverse operations by doing the opposite. Okay? Now, you may be asked again today to graph your solution. All right? And since I've done that on a bunch of other videos already, I'm not going to do that this time. But remember, I'd go to 8. I would leave my circle open because it is not equal to, and I would shade everything that is bigger than 8. So anything to the right, I would shade. Okay? Next one. Once again here, now I have division. Y divided by 7. The opposite of division is multiplication. So when you see this, you're going to multiply. So instead of divide by 7, I'm multiplying by 7. That cancels out. Y less than 1 times 7 is 7. And once again, that is how we find our solution. So we do the opposite of what is being done. Okay? Once again, I could graph this. I would leave my circle open because there's no equal to mark. And I would shade anything less than 7, which is to the left. I would shade that direction. All right? So when you're doing multiplication and division, you're still doing that inverse operation, but now it's multiplication and division instead of addition and subtraction like yesterday. Now, when we did this with equations, there was one key area you guys struggled with, and that is when we did this with fractions. Okay? I'm going to show you one of those again, because I know we struggled with that during equations. I don't want you to struggle with that continuously. The same thing we did for equations we're going to do here. So this is 3/5 times q. Okay? The opposite of multiplication is division. But when you divide by a fraction, you're not going to divide. Dividing by a fraction is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. That's when you take a fraction and flip it. Right? So we're just going to multiply by the reciprocal right away. Okay? So this is 3/5 times q. The reciprocal of 3/5 is 5 over 3. You take those two numbers and we switch them. So we're going to multiply by 5 over 3. Once again, we got to do it on both sides. Okay? Over here, there go my 5s, they cancel out. There go my 3s, they cancel out. All that is left is q. My symbol stays the same. Here's my math problem. I have 6 times that 5 over 3 reciprocal. Okay, so I'm going to put this over 1. Let's multiply it out. Obviously, I could simplify now or later. In class, I always showed you simplifying first. So let me continue to show it to you that way. I cannot simplify 5 and 1, but I can 6 and 3. What's a number that goes into 3 and goes into 6? 3 does. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Now when I multiply this out, 2 times 5 is 10. 1 times 1 is 1, so my answer would be 10. Okay? So again, when you get to fractions, take whatever fraction they give you, flip it, and multiply by that, and you'll be able to find that correct answer. Now I'd be able to graph it. I'd have a filled in circle because there's an equal mark, and I'm shading to the left because this is less than 10, that is to the left. So there is multiplication and division solving with inequalities.